Why multifamily? Before we start with why multifamily, it is important to know the what. In other words, the definition of multifamily. Feel free to pause the presentation to read through this definition. A lot of people think of offices and retail as commercial real estate, but don't realize that multifamily also falls in the same bucket, along with a few others like self storage and mobile home parks, just to name a few. So let's now start with why multifamily. Besides the known benefit of being a real estate backed asset, people need a place to live. CNBC just last year found millennials are renting longer than ever before, and it's not because they can't afford to buy. At the other end of the spectrum, baby boomers accounted for more than 30% of rental households in a 2017 National Housing Council and National Apartment Association study. Number two, forced depreciation allows you the opportunity to control the value of this asset, increasing your net operating income, which we will cover in another lesson. Number three is the utilization of different tax strategies. One such example is using depreciation to offset your gains. Number four is economies of scale. This benefit allows for management, operations, and construction management to realize a volume discount. Number five, track record. In 2018, CBRE, the world's largest commercial real estate investment firm, released data showing that multifamily over the period from 1992 to 2017 provided the highest total annual average return of 9.75%, with the second lowest volatility at 7.75%, proving that multifamily is both recession resistant and trends with inflation. Number six is leverage. Loans might be bigger, but the ability to get a loan and the rates are more favorable. As reported by Realty Mogul, multifamily, best behind owner occupied loans, tends to secure the lowest interest rate compared to any other commercial loans, as well as a higher loan to value, 67 versus 65%, and a lower debt coverage ratio of 1.25 versus 1.75. Now let's look at multifamily versus single family investing. Starting with total rent, large multifamily collects the highest, with single and small multifamily collecting the lowest. Turnover is the lowest with a single family rental, as it typically attracts people who are looking for a more permanent residence, whereas mid-sized multifamily attracts more transient people. The same is true for studio apartments in large multifamily properties. The repairs and maintenance, or R&M, is the highest on large multifamily due to the size of the property. I'm sure it's obvious, the rankings for real estate values, but it might not be so obvious with the ease of sale. While it might be intuitive that large multifamilies are hard to sell, mid-sized multifamilies tend to have the lowest number of potential buyers. This is due to the inability to achieve economies of scale. Thus, mid-sized multifamilies can be as hard, if not harder, to sell. The difficulty of obtaining a loan is not correlated with the purchase price. In fact, it is typically easier to obtain a loan for a large multifamily versus a small multifamily. This is because for larger multifamily properties, loans are based off of the property performance, not on personal ability to pay. For vacancy, the highest vacancy rates are in single family and small multifamily. For example, if one person moves out in a single family home, the property has 100% vacancy. Whereas if one person moves out of a 100-unit complex, the vacancy rate is only 1%. The barrier for large multifamily is the hardest out of all three because you need experience. The most common way to get into large multifamily when you don't have the experience is to partner with someone who does. There are a lot of reasons why one would invest in multifamily. While the presentation highlights 6 of those reasons, there are obviously many more. For example, cash flow and mortgage paydown. All of these reasons combined make multifamily investing a strong asset class in which to invest.